All right, everybody, we are back on DS4 real quick. I have the solenoid replaced. It's right here. So what I'm gonna do is go in, show you guys some data. I haven't done anything yet. Hopefully, we can see a little bit of difference onto the data, but then again, you never know. And like I said, I'm not a European specialist, so I don't know exactly what the data parameters are supposed to be on these vehicles. So learn these cars as I go along. Also, they are. They are different from working on American cars and Japanese cars. I can tell you that right now. Okay, we're just going to do an automatic scan real quick. It's going to go through all 54 modules, and it will let me know what's going on. All right, we're getting to the last two modules right now. Let that go through. All right, as you can tell, there are 12 DTCs into the system. Now, a while ago, I said that I didn't look at any live data, which is true, but I did erase all the codes into the system after I replaced the IPR valve. All right, so not the IPR. IPR is for the Ford 6-liter. Sorry, that was onto another vehicle. That I replaced the pressure solenoid onto the differential assembly. So if we see, the all-wheel drive electronics now has zero codes into it. If we're going to diagnose, we can go in and we can go see some live data real quick. The default data flow. All right. And oil pressure, temperature, That seems about right. All right. So oil pressure, temperature 1 and 2. Oil pressure and oil pressure. Oil pressure and oil temperature pressure. That's weird. But that's for number 1. That's for number 2. All right. What we're going to do right now is just turn off the car. We'll turn it back on. We'll go back to the default data flow. We'll see how the pressures differ from the first video. All right, if I'm not mistaken, this guy dropped down to like through 1 point something psi, 3 point something psi, and then it went to 0. Let's see how it differs now. All right, so that's why. Okay, so this one, if I go back off of the first video, if I'm not mistaken, these pressures right here actually rise up to roughly about 100 and some psi. All right. So obviously, from what I can tell, that means that the valve was sticking open, which this one is actually sticking open. All right. I don't know if you can see inside of it. Probably not. That's from me cutting it open. All right. I wanted to check some stuff out. But if you look very closely, there is a little ball on the inside. Now, that little ball is supposed to sit onto a recess that's on the inside when it is activated. So basically, we're going to have this little ball right here that is going to move upwards and block and create pressure. Now, from what I could tell, this one is stuck, so it was allowing pressure to go through when it wasn't supposed to. All right, I believe that that's what's happening, because if I look at the data, that's exactly what it looks like. Oh, and the only reason I say that is because if you look at the dash, there is no faults anymore. All right, everything is working the way that it's supposed to. So in order to do this type of repair, because I actually had to replace the module, there's a lot of resets and everything that have to be done and procedures that needed to be followed. Now, that is not to say that it is not doable, but you are going to end up needing a higher end scan tool. Now, when I say higher end scan tool, I mean like something that's going to be like the 909, the 919, launches higher end scan tool could do it. I think it's the pad, if I'm not mistaken. Also, the X-Tool D9 Pro could probably do it. But if you go with like the D8 and the D9, you're not going to be able to do those type of parameter resets. So you are going to need something along the lines of the Launch X Pad and or the Hotel 909, 919, VCDS, or the OEM software. All right. In order to get this repair done, because on this one I had to replace the module. The module then had to be coded, which is basically what they call SVM at Audi and Volkswagen. Got that done. After that was done, then I had to go in and I had to do specific resets to the sensors in order to get them to work. You have to re-input the clutch data, and this tool cannot do that. All right. So, not saying it's not a good tool. Like I said, I'm loving it so far, but there are like specific little areas where I believe that 9 Pro would have probably been the best bet for what I want my scan tools to do. All right. But this shows that it is fixed. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. And as always, I will see you guys next time.